you knew once you heard it, that's Ester Dean. This girl is so talented. Some of Rihanna's biggest hits were from Ester Dean. When a lot of times songwriters come to the forefront, people think, oh, you're biting their sound, or oh, you sound like them. Not to say people said this, but I wouldn't be surprised if people did, but they're like, oh, you're biting their sound, when this is actually their sound that they gave to that artist.
Christ's love isn't like everybody else's love. It's not like the world's love. The world's love loves you when you do things right or when you do things with them. But as soon as you make a mistake, they take that love away. But what I've experienced with the love of Christ is that it loves first. It loves through wrongdoing. It loves when you shouldn't be loved anymore. It's unconditional. And that's the love that I believe is going to change the world and has changed me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Micaiah. I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black.
Sasha here. Excuse me? Supermodels do not fly business class. Now, I'm not gonna demand a private jet, but I think Jag could at least spring for first class.
And today, I'm bringing you all another video where I will be talking about the beautiful, talented Ester Dean. Now, before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. And if you're new, hey, and if you're a returner, I really, truly appreciate the love. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. Now, let's dive deep into the talented, beautiful, and machine hit maker, Ester Dean. Ester, the youngest of 5 siblings, was born in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and grew up in Tulsa. Raised in a low-income household by a single mother, she discovered at an early age how to transform her pain into music, utilizing creative writing as a form of self-therapy. At the age of 15, her mother relocated Ester and her sister to Omaha, Nebraska, leaving behind her older siblings in Tulsa. This separation promoted Ester to seek deeper connections, which ultimately drew her closer to music. She began singing in various studios and writing for local Omaha rappers and producers, establishing her roots in the music industry and gaining valuable insights into music production. At the age of 20, Ester took a significant step in her life. She gathered her belongings and departed from Omaha, carrying only $500, embarking on an 18-hour solo drive to Atlanta, Georgia, with the ambition of entering the music industry. She performed for anyone willing to listen. By chance, and I honestly believe by the Lord, Ester found herself alone backstage at a Charlie Wilson concert, softly humming a melody. Music producer Tricky Stewart happened to pass and was captivated by her voice, prompting him to arrange a meeting. Impressed by Ester's talent, he was astonished when she shared samples of her singing and her remarkable original songs. This led him signing her to a modest publishing agreement, which provided the emerging artist with opportunities to develop and collaborate with established writers and producers. Contemporary popular music frequently results from the collaborative endeavors of a songwriting team, where each participant contributes to various elements of the composition, including the foundational beat, chord progression, and lyrics. Ester Dean has garnered acclaim for her expertise in crafting the top line or hook of a song. Her favorite approach involves entering the vocal booth and improvising over the beat, recognizing that she has struck upon a promising idea when she experiences a little chill running up her arms. Now, I'm intrigued to see if Chris Brown was also inspired by her approach of how she gets in the booth, because I know they work together very closely, and he also does that as well. So I'm just interested to see if that is where he got it from or if he was doing that before her. Ester's aspirations and ambitions extended beyond her previous achievements. In 2012, she embarked on a journey to make her mark in the voiceover industry, contributing her vocal talents to the immensely successful Blue Sky Studios' Ice Age franchise, specifically in the film Continental Drift, and as well as in computer-generated animated feature Rio, produced by Fox. In addition to her voiceover endeavors, Ester has made a significant contribution to film soundtracks. When she was invited to compose the end title song Let It Grow for the movie The Lorax, she remarkably completed that task within 5 hours of receiving the request. Her impressive work ethic caught the attention of many, leading to an invitation to audition for a minor role in an upcoming film centered around an all-girl a cappella group. Seizing the opportunity, she successfully secured the role of Cynthia Rose in the acclaimed movie Pitch Perfect, subsequently reprising her role in Pitch Perfect for the second and third one. Said by Ester Dean, "Entertaining is what I love to do, from writing fun songs to making dances, to singing a love song to make you fall in love, being silly on the TV screen to make you laugh, to delivering a great line of dialogue in a drama to make you cry. My life is all about connecting with people, hoping to make the world feel like we are all one beating heart, if only for a second." When I first heard of Ester Dean, it was in 2009, and I heard her song Drop It Low. We all know that song, Drop It Low. We all know that song. And I'm a Chris Brown fan, so that's how I first was introduced to her. And then once I started looking at her discography, I'm like, wait, she made this song, she made this song, she made this. Like, she made so many different hits, even at that time, which we'll dive into in a few. However, she came out for the first time as an artist. But on the back end, she's been writing different songs for different talented musicians, which I never knew until a little bit after 2009. But the first time I heard of her and was introduced to her, which I'm pretty sure many of you were, in 2009. One thing I feel like a lot of writers, producers have a hard time doing is segueing into becoming the singers themselves, or the person in front of the song themselves, or the one that's actually writing and being the person that's singing the song or being in front of the camera. I feel like they tend to have that disconnect. Like, I know for the longest, Money Long was also struggling with that disconnect for a period of time, even though she did start off as an artist and then segue into the songwriting side, and then came back and came out as an artist and was able to exude her talent. But I feel like with Ester Dean, there's always been that disconnect for her to do that. I feel like that goes along the lines for different reasons. I think that goes along the lines when it comes to physical attributes, her being a darker complexion woman, her being more of a thicker woman. I think especially at that time it wasn't as accepted for that. And I think she's so beautiful, but I know when it comes to the media, it was probably something hard for them to digest or see kind of how they can pitch it, because not only was she beautiful, she was bubbly, she was fun, and I don't know if they kind of found that niche for her. And she even had this song when she had her red hair. This was around the Pitch Perfect time. I think it was called Baby Making Love or something between those lines. I can't think of it, but I had no business probably listening to that. However, I did like that vibe of the song. Even the video was more like 90s, and I thought it was so cute. I liked it, but I seen there was like a disconnect between like the audience. And I think that's because when a lot of times songwriters come to the forefront, people think, oh, you're biting their sound, or oh, you sound like them. Not to say people said this, but I wouldn't be surprised if people did, but they're like, oh, you're biting their sound, when this is actually their sound that they gave to that artist. It's pretty interesting, that whole dynamic, how that goes. And I think that's like the risk with being a songwriter. Of course, like, if you don't want to be in front of the limelight, that makes sense why you would be giving out your songs to other artists. However, I think if you are one that possibly wants to be in that limelight, that's something for maybe a few songwriters or musicians here on this video or listening to this video, is that just be mindful of that, because I think sometimes it can be hard for songwriters to transition into musicians. It happens, don't get me wrong, but I think it's harder to break through and break into. And when you think of all her hits and you think of her catalog, there's so many songs that she made that you could tell like that was her sound, and we're gonna dive into that. Like, that was her sound. You knew once you heard it, that's Ester Dean. When I went back and listened to Graffiti again by Chris Brown, I can tell which songs were written or co-written by Ester Dean, because I knew her sound and I knew like her feel, and she's very dope, and like I just know when it's her because I've studied the music that she's written. However, if you're just a regular listener, you don't really listen, you wouldn't be able to tell. But I love music, especially before. I've dialed back a lot from it due to multiple reasonings, but one was like my attachment to it. However, I most definitely studied her and studied like the music and what she's written, and I know she even got to be on a show for songwriters and diving into that, so I thought that was really dope too, to give her like that limelight. Now y'all, this is a long list, okay? So I'm gonna only pick out a few songs that she wrote because this girl is so talented. She's written a lot of songs, okay? A lot of songs. No particular order. I'm not going in best to this, like I'm not going into that. But as we know, she did a lot with Rihanna and has had a lot of hits. Some of Rihanna's biggest hits were from Ester Dean. Let's just keep it a buck. So before we get into Rihanna, first, Nicki Minaj, Super Bass. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, baby. Yes, okay? That chorus was Ester Dean. And if you know her sound, and as I keep progressing, it's gonna make sense as to why that was Ester Dean. Then you have Pills and Potions by Nicki Minaj. And this is more of a slower ballad. However, this is still Ester Dean. Like when you hear like the way the lyrics are orchestrated, Ester Dean. Then we have What's My Name by Rihanna. Oh, na, na, oh, what's my name? I really want to ask Ester Dean, hopefully I can find a clip of how does she come up with just saying, oh, na, na, oh, what's my name?
Again, trying to come up with a word. I'm like, na, na, na. And they was like, oh, that's it. I was like, what? I didn't sing anything yet. And they was like, oh, no. I said, I didn't sing anything yet. I have words. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm going to come up with something amazing. And they say, no, that's the thing. So every time I work with Stargate, we kind of know we writing for Rihanna. It's not even like, oh, I wonder who we're writing for today. Rihanna. Yeah. So, yeah, that was already hers before she heard it.
And so did you lay down the vocal completely?
Yeah, I sing every song. I put all the backgrounds to it, and I fill up things. So yeah, I sing on some stuff to keep the gritness to it, because my voice sound like this normally.
But she has a voice, amazing voice.
So yeah, I'm not singing everything.
Esther Dean, nah. And so you sent her the song, she recorded it, and does it come back to you for approval, or you never hear it?
No, she tends to sing it right.
Like, wow.
Like, if it come back to me for approval, please don't sing it no more. I don't even want you to sing it. If I have to approve after you sing it, then
but there are some writers and producers that want to hear the final version before it's mixed and mastered. You're not that person.
No, I don't care.
Oh! There you go. She's like, you paid for it, whatever.
You paid for it, sure.
And it's just so random, but I like it. Then we have Firework by Katy Perry. Come on now. I don't even have to say anymore. I'm gonna keep going, but I don't even have to say anymore. And we have All Things Go by Nicki Minaj. All things go, all things go. Then we have Countdown by Beyonce. Fun fact, 4 is my favorite album by Beyonce. Well, it's neck and neck with B-Day, but 4 is my favorite album. So to know that she contributed to a few songs on 4 was pretty dope, because I really did like 4 by Beyonce.
So speaking of music, you come from a music background. You've worked with some of the greats, Beyonce, Rihanna, Chris Brown. Who's one person that you haven't worked with that you're like, I haven't worked with Mariah Carey?
Then we have I'm Legit by Nicki Minaj, and I didn't realize until I was really going through her discography is that she actually really did a lot of songs with Nicki Minaj as well. I thought it was more so just like Super Bass, but no. Then we have Right By My Side by Nicki Minaj again. If you're not by my side, oh. Great song. Then we have Rude Boy by Rihanna. Then we have Come and Get It by Selena Gomez. If you're ready, come and get it. Na 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 na. They played that song out that year. It really did get on my nerves. They played that song out. However, it still is a good song. We have Talk That Talk by Rihanna. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. This is just taking me back, because it's funny because I don't listen to a lot of this music anymore, and I think I don't really listen to anything that's on this list anymore. I'm kind of more like into jazz and a lot of like my different Christian music. However, this is really taking me back here. Talk that talk to me, yeah. This is, before I say this, let me think about this. Let me ponder. No, I think I can boldly say this. You the One is one of my favorite songs by Rihanna. Baby, I love you. It's just like, this screams Ester Dean. Like, once you hear a song with Rihanna, you're like, that's Ester Dean. That is Ester Dean. Truly. It's Ester Dean. Like, I know when Rihanna used to come out with music and stuff, I would know if it was written by Ester Dean because of the sound, because of the style. Like, I just knew it was Ester Dean. But it's interesting when a lot of times, like I said, songwriters give their music to other artists. Now it's coined as Rihanna sound, right? But that's what comes with the territory. However, I think it is a disconnect when they try to come out with their own music and the people are like, you sound like this, you sound like that, but I am that. I wrote that, you know? You have Where Have You Been by Rihanna. Where have you been all my life? And this was one that shocked me. I did not know this. I was like, oh my gosh. Letting Go by Sean Kingston featuring Nicki Minaj.
Jesus.
I know you heard me doing a video.
No, I did, but I just was saying hi.
Hi.
Gosh.
But I know you heard me doing the video.
I did, but then I can't say hey.
You can say hey, but I know you heard it. You heard it like vividly. These walls ain't that thick. Love you too. I never knew that this song was written like by Ester Dean. I did not know that this song was written by Ester Dean. I was like, you learn something new every day. Listen, y'all, if you're not learning something new every day, then what are you doing? Even if it's the smallest thing about your loved one, a fun fact, you should be learning something new every day. And I promise you, I thank you, Lord, I learn something new every day. Oh, and then I didn't know this either, that she made Lay It Down by Lloyd. I never knew that. Like, Ester Dean, you're that girl. You are that girl. Tomorrow way too far away, so we can get back yesterday. Cause I'm up right now, Right Now by Rihanna, of course. Of course. Oh my gosh. I told y'all that 4 was one of my favorite albums by Beyonce. She wrote Start Over. Now, Start Over is a banger on that album that I personally don't feel like gets enough recognition. But when I tell you I played that out when I was younger, girl, oh my gosh. Another song that she wrote is Already Taken by Trey Songz. I'm already taken, girl. Then she wrote I Love You by Chris Brown, which is on his Graffiti album. I don't know what it is, but I love you, I love you, I love you. And her vocals are actually on that. Then she wrote Never Ever by Sierra. If that boy don't love you right now. Come on. That is a great song. And she wrote Lay It On Me by Kelly Rowland. And like I said, if you know this sound, that literally sounds like something that, in my opinion, that Ester Dean would have wrote. Like, it all kind of coincides. Like, they're all different songs but have the same essence of it, and I think that's what makes it so dope. And then she did the song All I Want on the Star cast, so that was cool, from the show Star. And I love Star, that's a separate topic, but they had really good songs for that series. And she did Back to the Crib, Back to the Crib by Jewels and featuring Chris Brown.
Y'all, I needed to interrupt this video to shine a light on the red hair homegirl was rocking. I absolutely loved it. It looked beautiful on her chocolate skin. And this actually makes me want to get some burgundy red braids soon. So stay tuned. You won't be surprised if you see something like that. However, I did want to give her a recognition on that look because she looked absolutely stunning with it.
So I thank you all for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. And please remember that you are loved by the one who created the universe. You are so special and he's made you for a great purpose. So let your light shine bright like a diamond, okay? Like a diamond. Please leave your commentary. Have you heard of Ester Dean before? Did you know she wrote some of these songs? Give me your feedback. I'm always open to a good back and forth, healthy back and forth. But once again, I hope you all enjoyed and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay blessed.